try to keep everybody safe. We're going to divide up into 4 groups, and we'll kind of start out together for a little bit this morning. We're gonna move these 2 bulls that are behind me in this pasture. We'll probably gather out there, guys. We're going to move them out this bottom gate while we're riding. My group's going to go ahead, and the other groups are going to just kind of drift behind. We're going to put them in a pasture to the left. And then when we get those bulls in, my group and Donald's group, we'll call that group 1 and 2, and Mario's 3 and 4. We're going to split up at that point. And our group 1 and 2, we're going to head diagonally to the north side of the ranch, and we're going to drift all the cattle to the right. And then groups 3 and 4 are going to follow Mario and Ryan, and they're going to go to the far south end of the ranch, and they're going to drift all the cattle to the left. And so I always talk about a circle. It doesn't always work, but that's kind of our goal. We want to push the cattle from the sides, just like a circle, to the middle. And the pressure is off in the middle. And then we'll tighten that circle up. Now, we're going to have some dogs, and when they need to put the dogs on, we will. If we get any cattle that are maybe kind of running off, the boys will send their dogs to them. Ladies, I know you want to pet dogs and all, but don't pet people's cow dogs. It's kind of a little bit disrespectful, because we're trying to keep the dog listening to us. So if Mario's dog's under my horse, I'm going to whoop on him and say, go to Mario. And you guys, if you could do the same, right? If you pet him. Last year when we were here, I don't know who did. I'm not naming names, but somebody loosened a collar up on my dog. Okay, I got a $150 collar laying out there somewhere. It's probably gone. Okay, but anyway, the point is just kind of leave the dogs alone, and if they're calling them, don't say, come here, puppy, just make them go. They only need the comfort behind Ryan or him or me. Everybody's dogs should stay with them. And my dogs will be the worst here, I guarantee you. So let's see. So the circle is kind of the philosophy that we're doing. And we're going to kind of watch our groups a little. We kind of like to leave it a trot a little bit, kind of cover a little country. All right, if somebody's having trouble keeping up and your horse is being a little worried, don't worry about it. We'll slow up. Bend your horse around, save your life. That's the most important thing. Wow. And everybody's going to kind of manage their group on how the horse is doing. All right, but we can cover a lot more country getting somewhere at a trot than just walking along. All right. Now, if your horses walk fast, that's great. All right. The other rule that I want to stress: stay behind your leader. Stay behind your crew chief. If you guys are following Ryan, stay behind Ryan. If your horse wants to walk fast the other way and catch up. Okay, so I just don't want horses going way out there in front. Again, it's disrespectful, and you'll break that circle. We're trying to contain these cattle, and we might be in a 1,000-acre pasture, but it's still the same. If you get in the middle of it, you're putting pressure in the wrong spot. So you're driving cattle back this way on other people. Okay, so just kind of keep yourselves organized, and that's what Ryan and Mario and Donald and myself are going to help do, all right? And we're going to communicate a little. This is the modern age. We got cell phones. We're going to try to keep the pressure off the center until we all kind of get that organized in our places. All right, so we're going to gather it a little different than we did last year. If anybody was here last year, we're going to gather it a little different. Let's see, what else? Gates. There's going to be a few gates we got to open and close, and the crew leader will kind of be in charge of that. But everybody kind of spread out when you go through the gate. Give the people behind you a place for their horses to go, but don't just leave one person there at the gate, right? So that kind of makes the horse owner struggle a little bit. So just kind of spread out. We'll be in groups of 8 people, 8 or 9 at the most. That should be pretty easy. All right. Anybody have any questions? Yes, sir.
So this is going to sound mean, but this has to be said. Nobody is responsible for your horse except for you. Nobody's responsible for your horse being nervous or scared except for you, okay? If Hannah rides her horse by you and your horse don't like it, it's your responsibility to keep your horse under control and not get mad at Hannah. You can't get around my horse. If you're scared and you're nervous, when you get in your individual group, you need to let your group know that, okay? If your horse kicks, you need to let people know that. Now, as far as going through gates, this is what I tell people. How would we do it if we were on foot? Okay? If you're talking to people, how would it look if I was giving this speech like this? Right? I can't because Fluffy here won't turn around. Turn that horse around and act like the horse is part of these are your legs right now. Okay? And most of y'all, that's the way, and I know some of y'all, okay? That's the way you act, and you come up to somebody, hey, how you doing, Hannah? I ain't seen you, and I don't Hannah since she was a little girl. Okay, well, we have that familiarity. But we're working together. This is the fun thing, but we're working together, okay? When you go through a gate, you would never walk through a gate with a buddy and keep walking while they shut the gate. They would think something is wrong with you. Where's Susie gone? She's gone, right? Nobody would do that. Well, I can't stop my horse. That's not our problem. We can help you, but you have to let us know, okay? So be very vocal about what's going on. If your horse doesn't like something, stuff we can work on. There's a lot of people here that are pretty handy with their horses. It's not just us four, the only ones that know what's going on. There's some people here that are not handy at all, and by the end of the day, that's going to be very clear, okay? But we're not here to make fun. We're here to help. We're here to have fun, okay? Now, the other thing is this. Every time you are around cattle, you are affecting the cattle. So you might think, I'm over here out of the way, but you might not be. If Donald tells you, hey, back your horse up a little bit, well, he's not being rude. He's seeing that the cattle may not want to go that way because you just happen to be standing there. And then you might say, well, Bryce told me to stand here. Okay, well, now we reevaluate. These cows are not going to go here. Okay? So just keep all that in mind, guys. And if you know horses and you know cattle, then you ought to know that you got a boss. So when I go to work on Monday, I work with these guys all the time. Sometimes it's Donald's deal, and he's the boss. Sometimes it's Ryan's deal, he's the boss. Sometimes it's Bryce's. Sometimes it's my deal, and then I'm the boss.
We hate it when Mario's the boss.
See how long his speeches are.
When Donald's the boss, we just go to work.
So, you see what I'm saying? You got to put up with stuff like this. That's all right. But just do what's asked of you guys. It's for your own safety. Be vocal about what's going on. Sitting sideways on your horse is not going to be allowed on my crew.
Nope, it's not. He'll fix it. He's already been told.
Because now we're going to be delayed if something happens to you, right?
Yep.
This is going to be dangerous enough. We don't need to add to it, right? Anyway, that's all. I'll be pleasant the rest of the day.